Now to a story you'll see only on Fox 23. The family of a sexual assault victim reached out to Fox 23 to stop the burial of a veteran at Fort Gibson National Cemetery. That's because that veteran is the accused child molester, who the Rogers County District Attorney says was set to take a plea deal, but committed suicide this month right before his court date.
You can't bury him in a national cemetery like that. That's disrespectful to every veteran that's ever fought for this country. I would not want to fight for my country and then die and lay down next to a child molester.
The family of the victim in the lewd molestation case against Robert Eugene Allen II, who went by the name Bobby, feels he deserves no dignity or honor to be buried in Fort Gibson National Cemetery. Rogers County District Attorney Matt Ballard agrees with the family, sending Fox 23 this video statement.
Robert Allen was charged with lewd acts with a child under 12 and was set to enter a plea of guilty to the charges. He faced a minimum sentence of 25 years and was headed to prison. Instead, he took the easy way out and died a coward's death. Now he has the audacity to seek burial in a veterans cemetery, and we've had conversations with the Department of Veterans Affairs to do everything we can to ensure that doesn't happen.
Allen's suicide on May 13th was 2 days before he was supposed to be in the Rogers County Courthouse. You can see online court records show he had waived his right to a jury trial and was set for formal sentencing May 15th. But his attorney, Scott Good, tells Fox 23 those online court records don't tell the full story. He says his client still had a right to a bench trial by judge and could still decide that day to walk away from the plea deal offered by the DA, which he says was a 25-year sentence, but of 5 years in prison, 20 years probation. A decision he says weighed so much on his client to the point he took his own life. He says well before the criminal case, Allen served his country honorably as a United States Marine, and during combat, his Humvee was hit with an IED, causing a brain injury, leading to Allen struggling with behavioral health issues and substance abuse disorder. He says Allen deserves to be buried at Fort Gibson National Cemetery. According to the VA, while service members and veterans are alive, they can request in advance to be buried in a national cemetery. But there are some exceptions. One of them, a veteran is not able to be buried in a national cemetery if they've been convicted of a Tier 3 sex crime and sentenced to a minimum of life in prison. This puts Allen's case in a gray area as he was set to take a plea deal and was not formally sentenced before his suicide.
He doesn't deserve that respect. I don't.
To be laid to rest there.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's I don't think that should even be an option. So we called the cemetery and now we're doing what we can there.
A decision they'll have to wait for after the victim says she already waited years to get some sort of justice, though with his death does come a sense of peace for her.
But at the same time, it's kind of like that cloud has, right, gray cloud is finally gone. We don't have to worry about going to court anymore or hearing his name or having to tell our story, or just it's done.
Yeah, it's done and over with for us. 9 years of our life got taken.
The case was dropped at one point, refiled in federal court, then later filed again in Rogers County. That's part of the reason it has taken years. We contacted Fort Gibson National Cemetery, and they tell us Allen's pending burial there is now under legal review and has not yet been decided.